And welcome to another installment of Stiglr for the Details. My name is Alan, better known in some wargaming circles as Stiglr, and we are continuing on with our Donau Front uh, game from the Central Front series. And we're going to get into the Warsaw Pact second operations phase for turn 3. But before we do that, looks like I forgot a couple of these West German units here that should have entered at the end of the operations phase with 7 operations points. So we're going to figure out where we're going to move them in. And yeah, let's see. Let's see where they should go. So most of the 10th is kind of coalescing over here and linking up with the first German tank. So this is kind of the dividing line right here. With 7 operations points, I suppose they can make it down into this area. So let's first turn them over to their friction point side. Got the artillery unit that'll come in behind, and let's move these units. 1, 2, 3, 4, whoops, 5, 6, 7, and then the artillery unit directly behind. And that should do it for that. So we will remove all the moved markers, and now we can get to the second Warsaw Pact phase of this turn. So we've got the Warsaw Pact player kind of moving into position here. We've got had a bit of a split here at Regensburg, which is probably going to be a very important intersection here, seeing as the freeways cross here, and it's a direct line to München or Munich. So despite the fact that these bridges have been blown, this crossing here, let's see, has that been blown as well? Yeah, actually that has been blown. So it might be even more important to shore up the extension to the freeway that goes to the south. But we could just expand farther west here using Regensburg as a kind of a jumping off point. Looking over here, we should probably get into position to start striking out next turn with prepared attacks. It's going to be more and more difficult to do that now with the Germans having a line with artillery backstopping it. We've got French units moving in with some really nice armored units here. So now every step gained is going to be very, very difficult. There are no easy ways to get anything now. And in fact, over here, we've got an artillery unit that's on the brink, but we've got a full unit here of Verteidigungs's militia here that is fresh and still ensconced in Regenstauf here in the city. So that one's going to be a little bit difficult to move with a combined strength of 2. However, we got to start somewhere. So let's first look further east at units that have not made it up to the combined front and figure out where all of that is going to go. Okay, we've got the 48th Division here, and I think we have more elements of the 48th that have moved up into this area, so these units should be moving to join them and maybe take up a bit of a flanking position so that we can maybe exploit a gap between the Germans and the French. Okay, our airborne unit has kind of done its job tying up these mountain units and slowing the German advance to the east to this point. So maybe the 103rd should kind of coalesce that position and maybe isolate these German units here. That's going to be easier said than done since they have a road for supply here and here. It's not going to be easy to get them to move on their own. All right, let's start here in the far south with the Czech 9th tank here. Wondering if we should even look at reducing these units. They've got a really strong 4-6 Panzer unit. These tough hombre mountain boys here. Okay, yeah. Let's at least cut them off so that they can't recover friction points. Let's start by moving this unit. Now remember, since we're in the second operations phase, every hex entered costs an extra operations point. So movement is effectively halved in potential. So let's go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and bump him up to, wow, 4. Oh, this is a full regiment. So he's got 4 friction points now, still needs 1 more before he gets to the brink, and then a further 1 to eliminate him. So that'll work fine. Let's move this unit in here at 2, 4, 6, 8. Give him a added friction point. This 8-8 unit, 2, 4, 6, 8. But wait, this is the 4th tank and not the 9th tank. Let's withdraw that move. This whole thing here, it's a 4th tank, but this is the 9th tank. So let's get this unit situated to assist in these upcoming attacks. 3, 5, 7, 10 here. Ooh. No, actually, let's not do that. He's got 4 friction points, so, and he also did not move in the first phase, so he can't move now. So he has to stay there. Okay. So 4th tank, what can we do with them? Kind of move them up ahead, or at least as much as possible. This is more 9th tank, and it's also all artillery except for this unit, which can probably do better duty in directly engaging here in a multi-hex attack. So 2, 4, 6. Give him an added friction point. The artillery, I guess, is fine where it is. That's great. Okay, let's see what we can do about, well, this unit is helping to pin all these other units, and so they should stay there. So maybe let's just move in more elements of the 103rd and let 9th tank in its entirety start to move up here and take their place on the front line. We'll move them there, give them a friction point. Now let's look at fourth tank. Okay, moving along the access road. Well, no, wait. This unit is 9th tank and it's not moving anywhere. Let's see, but it doesn't block the road as far as movement points are concerned. So let's move the 4th tank through it. So that'll be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 with a friction point and remove the tail. Same with these units. That'll be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and they will go up a friction point. This is more 4th tank. Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 onto the road. Give them a friction point for their troubles. Okay, they're starting to get a little bit road weary. Okay, that's them. Now these other elements of the 103rd can probably start to move up. I don't see any units getting into their rear, and then they can always come back if, say, airborne units get a little bit testy. But you know what? No, I think they really need to stay there. Let's look at the 48th Division here. They are in this area, so let's look at where the rest of the division can get to. I think they need to move in behind these units and start cutting them off if they can. All right, let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 12. Okay, we'll bump him up. 2, 4, 6, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. These units here, are they both artillery? Yes, they are. So let's wait on that. 4, 8, give them the friction point. 10, let's pin that unit there. 12. And give them a friction point. 2, 2, 4, 5, 6, 10. And now let's move these other units in behind. Oh, they're actually not going to get too far. Let's give them all, oops, that is, undo that, there we go. Let's give all of those units an additional friction point. And now let's move them up. Hmm. 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 3, 4.5, 6.5, 8.5, 10, 12, and they can move in behind. Okay, so there's that division. Moving further north, we've got this division. Might as well pick a unit to try and blast out of position, and that will be this unit here. So let's invest this town and see if we can do it in such a way that they haven't really left room for us to get adjacent to an artillery unit and foul its participation. So the next best thing would be to move, give these units an additional, whoops, not flip, give them an additional friction point and move them adjacent here. This is the 18th Guard. So let's give them the artillery an additional friction point and move it into easy support range here. This one, no, he doesn't need to move, but if he's going to use, oh yeah, okay, he'll stay there. Now, moving up here is more 18th Guards tank here. This is the unit I think I left behind because I didn't want him I wanted him to gain friction points back, but he's starting to get left behind a little bit. Now let's leave him there too. 53rd. We'll leave him there because he's got 3 friction points and didn't move last phase. However, we have a nice reinforcement here, 22 tank, which is an entire division, which I believe we're going to send here to aid the Czechs. Let's have a look at where they can get to. Probably not very far in this terrain. What's the best access road is... Yeah, probably across this way. All right. Well, let's give them all an additional friction point and move the whole shebang. That'll be 3, 6. 9. That's as far as he can get. Wow. All right. Might as well stack him in behind there. Let's go 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10 and a half. So then they'll be able to get in behind there along the road. This is a helicopter unit. Yeah, they're going to want to be in position to help out. So 3, 4 and a half, 6 and a half, 8 and a half, 10 and a half, 12. Gain a friction point. Their helicopter unit. They're not going to get very far. Oof. 6, 10. 4, 6, and then 12. Give them an added friction point. Where did the other helicopter unit get to? Is over there. He's not going to get very far. Ooh, boy, this is slow going. 4, 7, 9, 12. The friction point for his trouble. Okay, that's that. Now, looking at this. This unit's got 3 friction points should he try to at least finish off this artillery unit. Or what should they do? Let's see. I think this Czech unit is just going to try and bypass and wedge its way through here, make the Germans have to chase them. So to wit, this unit will gain a friction point 4, 6, Access road 8. Access road again 9, 10, 11, 12. This unit will check the friction points. They've got the engineers as well. I think the engineers might want to stay here. So friction point for this unit 3, because it's a city hex. The locals are not helping in any way. So that's 3, 6, 7, 9, 11. That's as far as he'll get. Hmm. 3, 6. Let's give them their friction point. 10, 12. One on the freeway. 2, 4, 7, 11. Okay. Ooh. Wait, no, they did not move in the first phase, so they can't. Let's bring their friction down. This unit, though, did move. River is blown, but not the access road, which assumes a bridge. Give them a friction point. Oops. 2, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We haven't completely cut off those units, but we're getting close. Cutting off those German units. Let's see. They'll still be able to trace a 6 operations point path to this freeway. Let's see. 1, 2, 1, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they're still going to be in supply. More artillery here. Don't want to get caught in the open with those units. They still can if the Germans just decide to bypass them and move in here. It's going to be a little bit messy, but uh, 3, 4. Wait a minute, 3. That's blown. Seven. Okay. And let's just stay there. All right. I think we've about got everybody who needs to move up, moving up, except for this helicopter unit. Let's see here. 2. 2, 5, 8, 11. It's as far as they can go with a friction point for their troubles. And I think that's pretty much going to be it. Said I was going to move these units, and I didn't. But they're going to start moving at some point. Friction point for 7, 10. That's as far as they're going to get. And I think that's going to about do it. Oh, we had the engineers with this little asset here. I think the engineers can probably help with the river crossings, given that these bridges have been blown. Let me check the rules real quick. And we're actually, let's just check operations point costs for if a friendly engineer is adjacent to the hex side, then the cost is only +1 for an unbridged river or lake. That is significant. +1 instead of +2. So let's see if we can't bump up their operations point cost to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, then 12. Okay, so that is, I think, going to do it for the Soviet turn, unless I decide to launch this attack here, which would be, let's see, 53rd. Could probably use these units here that have moved to aid in an attack. Let's see, we've got 11 to 2 because the artillery unit, which is pretty much by itself, the militia unit does not count as a combat unit, so it defends with a strength of 1 when another unit is adjacent. So, but 11 to 2 is only 5 to 1, and against the city, that is not a good place to start. 5 to 1 in a city is, yeah, way over here. We could get chemicals that would only get us to the E table. We would have to make it a prepared assault, and even with a prepared assault, there are 2 chances of taking a friction point loss without any loss to the enemy. However, the friction point loss that the defender would take would kill the artillery unit finally. Just probably wouldn't do that much to the militia unit, but it's probably worth it. I've got to eventually reduce this unit anyway. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to use this rocket unit and we're going to give it 2 friction points. 1, 2. 1 to lob in gas and 1 to contribute its strength. So that makes this 16 to 2 or 8 to 1 to start. Let's see. The Germans do not have any artillery within range to help. This unit, of course, can't because it's at the brink and it's also adjacent to another unit, so it can't do anything. So 11 and 5, 16 to 2 starts us off at 8 to 1 in the city. Here we got chemicals to make it 9 to 1. That puts us on the H table, and that is a much better attack. So we're going to make it a prepared attack on 4028, 8, and it is with chemical and indirect fire support, and that ends us on the 8 or the H column. Okay. And we rolled, a 6. Good thing we didn't try the lower value attack. H with a 6 is a 1-1. That is not good. So while it does kill that unit and put a friction point on the militia, because it did not eliminate that unit or force it to retreat, this unit has got to take a friction point. And did I give it a friction point additionally for expending operations points in this phase? No, I don't think I did. So it's now at 5, and it's at the brink, right? No, it's got 5, and then 6 kills it. So no, it's not completely done, but close to it. And now it's a bit of a risk if I decide to press the attack again, because now it would be 11 to 1, which is much better. 11 to 1 puts us on the J, and could make it another prepared assault. There's no way to remove the specter of taking a friction point at all, but we've got to risk it. We're going to risk if we get, we're going to risk it at 11 to 1. That puts us on the J table. No other support. Okay, second prepared attack on 4028. J column. And here we go. J column, a 3. That's a better result. 3 is a 0-2. So this militia unit never retreats. All it does is soak up points. And that puts it at 3. That was probably worth it, even though this unit is really starting to show signs of wear. It's having an effect. Okay, whoops. Got to remove some of these trails. And then over here, let's eliminate this artillery unit. This unit has 4 friction points, and now it's going to expend operations points and take, now it's got 5. One more will eliminate it. However, gotta take the risk. This would be 10 to 1. Ooh, maybe we don't want to do that. Let's see, 10 to 1. And then 1, 2, 3. Actually, this one is within range of artillery for indirect fire, but they're from different divisions. Let's see if that precludes that. Let's look up indirect fires, page 9. Let's go. Okay. Within range. Right. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about divisions cooperating except for Warsaw Pact in the attack. That probably makes it not worth taking the chance that electronic warfare will not work, because then we would burn out an entire regiment here. That's probably not worth the risk. So let me reduce his friction points. Do that. Okay, so I think we are actually done for this phase. And when we return, we'll see if NATO wants to move some of these units farther along, which they probably do. So yeah, they'll have some decisions to make here, here, these French units here. Yeah, they'll probably have some things to do. So that'll be for the next time. This has been Stiglr for the details, and we will see you on our next installment.